Hello and welcome to Getting Started with Bulk Mockup. This is a brief guide that will explain the Bulk Mockup interface and its various settings. To access Bulk Mockup, navigate to Plugin menu and select Bulk Mockup. This is our interface. The interface is divided into two tabs, Main and Settings. Let us first take a look at the Main tab. The first option here is to select, browse and select PSD template folder. The second option is for design file folder location. So select your design folder location. The third one is for the export folder location. So you can click on these three icons and provide the export location folder. Next we have resize method. Before delving deeper into resize method, let us take a brief detour to learn how you would ideally create mockups manually. Understanding the manual process will greatly improve our understanding of the other settings option. To create mockups manually in Photoshop, you need mockup template and some design file. I have some sample file for the demonstration. I have this mockup template. Every mockup template includes a smart object layer that allows you to control the design placement. A smart object layer can be identified by this small icon over here. A mockup template may include more than one smart object layer, but for the time being, we are only concerned with the one that controls the design placement. To open the smart object, I will double click on the smart object icon. This will open a new document tab in Photoshop. This tab now allows to display all elements of smart object layer. We are to drag and place our design file here. All changes to the design file must be made in this canvas. For future reference, let us call this tab as Smart Object Canvas. You will turn off the visibility of this placeholder design and drag our own design here. Let me drag this design. Next, you will save this. A new design is updated on the template. You can now close this Smart Object Canvas. This is how you create mockups manually. Next, before you export this mockup as JPG or PNG, it is advisable to make changes on the size of the template. To do that, you will go to Image, Image Size. This template is too big for uploading into your store. You can change the size to be around 1000 or 1500 pixels. And also the recommended resolution is 72. One thousand pixel with 72 dpi is the standard size most of the website follow these days. It gives you the best output in terms of file size without compromising the visual quality. Once you have resized the template, you may go ahead and export it. Go to File, Save As, or you may also choose to Export As. You can select the quality here and click on Export. Now you can create a new folder. Next, you will provide the file name and click on Export. You have successfully created a mockup. You can repeat the process for the other design files that you may have. If you followed along with me, you would notice there were three crucial steps in the process of manually creating the mockup. Step 1 was editing the Smart Object Canvas. Step 2 was editing the template file. And step 3 was deciding the export location and giving a file name to the exported files. Keeping these three crucial steps on our mind, let us jump right back to our panel where we left off. Resize method. Total we have 7 different resize method. Each resize method functionality is illustrated by the icons over here. First option is Fill Canvas Stretch. Next is Fit Canvas without cropping. Next is Fit Canvas cropping the extra. Then next is Constraint by height. Then we have Constraint by width. And then we have this Do Not Resize. And finally, Replace Contents. These options control the first step of our process. which was editing the Smart Object canvas. Below the Resize option, we have Start Generating button. It is pretty obvious what purpose it serves. You can access all our tutorial by clicking on the video link tutorial here. Now, let us move on to our Settings tab. The Settings tab is divided into 3 sub-tabs: Design Layer, PSD Template, and Export. Each of these 3 sub-tabs corresponds to 3 crucial steps we saw in manual mockup creation process. Let us take a closer look at each of the sub-tabs. Design Layer. Design Layer gives us advanced control to our recently discussed resize methods. The first option provides controlling the scale of the design. The value provided here is in percentages. If you provide 50 as an input value, it will scale down and resize design file to 50%. The next option is alignment option. There is 9 anchor points to align our design file. The icon clearly illustrates how this would work. The final option in this tab is Resize to Guides and Align to Guides. These two are advanced features. To use this, you'll have to edit the Smart Object canvas and add 4 guides, 2 verticals and 2 horizontal guides. When you select these checkboxes, the design files will be resized and aligned inside the confined region created by the intersection of the guides. This feature will come in handy where you need to confine the region of the design placement. Moving on, our next tab is PSD template, and it corresponds to the step 2 of our manual mockup creation process. The first option here is export format. Green color on the tabs mean it is in active state. The black color means it is an inactive state. You can toggle between the states by clicking with the mouse. You may also select multiple file formats. Bulk Mockup will export files for all selected formats. We have JPG, PNG, TIFF, PSD, and GIF. You can also choose to create subfolder for each exported file format. The next option controls the template size, which in this case will determine the size of the exported document. The first option is Do Not Resize. The second option is Resize to Longest Side. You need to provide the dimension in pixels here. If I provide 1500 pixels as the longest side, Bulk Mockup will resize our template to 1500 pixels in length if the template is in portrait mode, or 1500 pixels in width if the template is in landscape mode. In any of the case, the aspect ratio of the exported file would be the same as that of the template. The third option is Scale, which takes input as a percentage value. If I provide 50%, it will resize the exported mockups to half the size of a template. Consider if our template is of the dimension 3000 into 3000. Providing 50 value in the scale field will resize our exported mockups to 1500 pixels into 1500 pixels wide. The final option is the resolution of the exported file. You can choose between 72, 300 dpi or as is. Now let us move to the third tab. Export tab corresponds to the third step of our manual mockup creation process. You can see 2 options. The first one lets you decide how you want to organize your exported mockup. So export, you could see 3 options are available. First is all in export folder, then PSD mockup and design file. So what this controls is the location of the exported files. To demonstrate it better, consider this small batch of files. We have 5 template files here and 10 design files. To select PSD mockup, Bulk Mockup will create 5 subfolders for each PSD template and export the mockup files inside these folders. And if you select design file, Bulk Mockup will create 10 subfolders for each design and export the mockup files inside each of these folders. And if you wish to dump all the mockups in one folder, you may select Export in one folder. In that case, all the files will be exported in a single folder, like here. The second option in this tab lets you define the exported file naming convention. You can toggle between these 4 buttons and a live demo of the output file name will be displayed in the example below. This covers up all the settings of Bulk Mockup.